Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of the 30 day app challenge. Each day for the next 30 days, I'll be building a new app on live. So you'll be able to watch the entire process in real time. This has never been done before. 30 days, 30 app challenge. Each app should take up to 24 hours max. I'll be using Replit for this challenge. This is a great way to get into vibe coding. I'll be breaking everything down piece by piece, brick by brick to a fundamental level. So if you watch my live streams, you'll be able to understand everything you need to know about building apps with Replit. And I'm doing it 30 days. So whatever you want to catch, whatever you gravitate towards, I think it'll be very valuable for you. And it's a real way to actually learn how to use a real world skill in a very fun way at the same time. So I'm not going to go too much into details right now. We can learn along the way. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me pull it up. All right. So this is a cool app that I made here. This app is basically a blueprint for the process. I thought it would be really interesting to have a visual representation of exactly what we'll be doing. So each day we'll be finding out what app we're building. And, see, we'll get some experience along the way, and I'm really trying to max this out and level up. Yeah, man, so let's go ahead and start the challenge. All right, so first challenge is Quentin Tarantino app, a comprehensive guide to Quentin Tarantino films with quotes, trivia, and character analysis. Make sure, all right, cool. So yeah, requirements for this app: film database with search, character profiles, famous quotes collection, timeline of releases, and we get 100 XP for that. All right, cool. All right, you can see we got a timer here. This timer is not correct, but hey, man, we ain't gonna be perfect with it, man. Come on, we having fun. All right, so you can see we got a box for each of the 30 days. This is the first one right here, obviously, but down here, if we ever need to question where we're at, we can check out today's challenge and yeah, need to get that 100 XP. So before we actually get into that app, I want to show you guys a example of an app that I built. Let me bring that up for you guys. 1 minute. Let me get that pulled up. The server is not active. So let me actually show this part right here. This is really interesting and useful. So these are a couple of the apps that I've created, and this is the app that I'm about to show you guys now. So you can see this is what the page is currently showing, and this obviously isn't right. This is an app that I want to show you guys, so we'll see why. And that's because these applications run on servers, and with Replit, which is the app building platform we'll be using for this challenge, each time you open the app, it allows you to run it on a semi-local server situation. Replit is basically hosting the app in a development mode where it wouldn't be able to be accessed by the wide internet, but we can access it here to test and make sure everything looks correct. So you can see it says running, right? So I can go back here and boom, this is the app right here. You can see all I did was refresh the page. Now that the server is running, it's active. This is the URL to get to the server, and this didn't change. That's why I was able to just refresh the page instead of pulling up a new one. But let's see what happens when we disable that server. Boom, couldn't reach the app. All right, so I just wanted to give you a quick example while we had the opportunity, and let's go. All right, so here's an example app I built, Green Lantern Lore Tracker. You can see it has a couple options up here, but pretty much this is just an example app. You can see it's not 100% fleshed out because it was just a simulation just to show what we can build. I built this in a couple of hours, to be honest. But yeah, here's an example. Like, it has all the characters listed. Let me even go back here. So you can see Atrocitus. He's here twice. I was in between database migration and it looks like it didn't carry over. This honestly would be like a 10-minute fix, but why don't we use that time on the new app we're going to build, and you can watch that in real time. So yeah, you can see it has a couple of lanterns listed. Let's go to John Stewart. Actually, Hal Jordan is my favorite lantern, but John Stewart is definitely a close second. Architect and former Marine, second human Green Lantern, real name John Stewart. So you can see it has a little backstory here, has different groups that he would be a part of. And it actually lists This is why I built this app, because I wanted to show it actually lists his comics that he was a part of, and this is real data pulled live through the Comic Vine API. So as he's entered into new comic books, it'll actually update the website as well, which I'll show you guys here. Look, once you click the page, or when you click it the first time, it loaded. So I'll show you him. You see this loading? This is them processing and pulling the data. You can also see relationships over here. It's a lot of little cool things added in, but the app itself, like the website, isn't nothing crazy, but it's the fact that I'm able to build this in no time. You know, you're able to just pop these out now. Like it's really nothing. Whereas this usually would have took a skilled developer probably like a good week just to like get everything set up the right way and make sure everything was designed in that way from scratch. But yeah, it's just a lot of opportunities with this process. But let's get out of here, man. Let's go to the actual app that we will be building. So the request was a Quentin Tarantino app, and I have a PRD for that right here, which is a project requirement document. A PRD is used to flesh out a blueprint for the app that you want to build. It has a lot of basic details, but on top of that, we also have a mockup that was generated. This mockup used the PRD, or project requirement document, to create a generation of what the app should look like based on what the PRD is asking for. So your mockup is pretty much showing, if you use a PRD, this is, let me make sure camera's not in the way. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, the mockup is pretty much generated so that you can verify what exactly the app should look like or would look like, and you can edit things with that. This was all created with ChatGPT as well. I didn't draw this. I didn't write up this entire PRD. I basically gave ChatGPT some basic information, and GPT was able to do the rest. I'm definitely going to show you guys that process as well, but I want to streamline into this app creation process where it gets a little bit more interesting, and then we can go into more details a little bit later. So before we actually start building the app, we'll be starting the app building really soon. First thing I want to do is go over this PRD and what exactly was in here. Just give you a brief rundown. I'll also be providing this PRD and the finished app as well, so you can work with it. You can change the app. You can actually use the app if you would like to. It will be functional. And you can also use the app to create a blueprint to build your own app, which is the goal, really. Just trying to help everybody out and make sure that people can create whatever they want to and get creative. I think it's a really cool situation. And I've been in the software development field for over 10 years. And this is just an exciting time. And I just feel like a lot of people aren't aware of these changes that have happened and how easy it is to get into this space now. So I just want to open that door and help some people out. But enough about that, man. Let's get to it. So PRD, move that, man. I'm gonna just have to read from the top. All right, cool. So project title, Tarantino Universe app. Project overview, goal, build a fan-centric Quentin Tarantino app that lets cinephiles browse his filmography by title or release date, dive into richly themed movie pages, and explore the actors behind each classic. Success metric, MVP launch on Reddit in 1 day. So the goal is important because it's letting, in this case, the AI GPT, but in normal or in other situations, it could be a real person reading this. So just think, if you're being asked to build an app, what information would you want? And the answer to that is, it may change depending on the app, or you may have some specifics that you always need, like even down to the design sizes of the different portions of the app. You want this picture to be this size. You want the trailer to show in this angle of the app. But in reality, a lot of times these companies don't really know exactly what they want. They want you to tell them what they want based on their general assessment. And that's why GPT is really cool, because it's basically the same way. you don't need to tell GPT exactly what you want, but you can give it just a general rundown and it can create something, and you can bounce ideas back and forth almost like you're talking to a real software developer. So yeah, just want to put that out there. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. So success metric, MVP launch on Replit in 1 day with movie list loading and sorting in less than a second. Hero front page carousel of featured movie leads. Detail pages rendering with auto playing muted trailers. Actor page reused across multiple films. Core features and user stories. And you can see here, these are the features that are requested. So first thing we have is hero carousel front page and a breakdown of that. As a fan, I want a rotating hero banner of key movie leads, so I'm immediately immersed. And you can actually see that here. This would be that hero carousel front page. And this request, a rotating hero banner of key movie leads, that means that when you go to the same app multiple times, the actual picture and the front screen will change depending on when you go. It's randomized. So that's another stylization choice that I requested, and things like that. Like little things that you can be creative help out a lot in these apps, because the ease of use in the future, in the near future, is going to come down to who was creative, who thought of the idea that no one else thought of yet, who thought of that cool design. It's kind of like art, honestly. Anybody can paint a picture, but who painted the Mona Lisa? You know, who painted Starry Night? Like everybody has the opportunity. It just depends on who's creative enough to use that opportunity in a way that people gravitate towards. So yeah, just treat it like art. But there's other functions here: movie catalog and sorting, sort films A to Z chronologically so I can find titles quickly. Themed movie detail pages. As a fan, I want each movie page styled to its unique palette with the trailer directly below the title, cast list, inspired by titles, and a fun fact section so I feel immersed. And then, yeah, let's just go through that last one. So reusable actor profiles with dropdown. As a fan, I want each actor page reused across all their Tarantino films, complete with a dropdown of quotes and a fun fact sorted by movie so I can track their career. And a fun fact sorted by movie so I can track their career. So, basically, this is saying that we don't want to reuse the actor pages. We want to make sure that each actor page, if they're in multiple Tarantino movies, that each time you click their name, it goes to the same page. That's just to prevent someone like Samuel L. Jackson from taking up like a couple gigabytes of space just because he's in like every Tarantino movie. We only need one actor page for that. But yeah. And then we get down to data and integration, primary API, TMDB, get/movie ID. This is basically the language that the API is required so they can pull information from the database. APIs are essentially tools that we can use to communicate with databases hosted by companies. Like if you wanted to add Google Maps to your app, you would use Google Maps API, and that would allow you to request information from Google, and it may say get/coordinates/pin/ID, and you could put in an ID and get coordinates or situations like that. Basically, it just allows your app to communicate with other databases so you can pull information in real time. And that's how I did it with the Green Lantern app that I showed earlier, where it was actually pulling real comic book names and titles and covers from the Comic Vine API. Really, really cool stuff, really useful. You guys will see it's something that you really need a lot of to make things work. But yeah, so I could go down the rest of this PRD, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward. It pretty much just has a lot of requests of different components of the app, like the color palette, typography, the heading style, and size of pixels and things like that, basics of the app. I'm definitely going to provide you guys with this PRD, so don't worry. You'll be able to go into a lot of detail on checking this one out. But I feel like we should get to a fun part, which is actually generating this app. So what I'm going to do is I am going to drop in that mock-up image that I had generated with ChatGPT along with the actual PRD that I just showed you guys. And I'm just gonna click start chatting. And what this is gonna do, this is gonna allow Replit, which is an amazing platform. This platform is a crazy way that we can just pretty much give it this basic information and it can help us build the app in real time. So, and we can watch each step of the process. It gives us a lot of details on what it's doing and how it's doing it. And yeah, it's just a very useful way to get into the software development space. Yeah. So this first part now, I just basically click get started and it now is generating the app based on the information I gave it. So now it's giving us a game plan of what it could possibly add. And I have to accept this game plan for it to really get started and initiate the creation. So a cinematic Quentin Tarantino, let's read right here. Initial, make sure that's not in the way. Okay. Initial version. A cinematic Quentin Tarantino universe app with themed movie pages, actor profiles, and hero carousels built with Next.js. Okay, so I definitely want this hero carousel page with rotating movie leads. That's definitely needed. Movie catalog with A to Z chronological sorting. Definitely need that as well. Individual movie detail pages with autoplay muted trailers. This is really useful too. Show you guys. That'll be this portion right here. So there would be a real trailer showing up each time you click the different movie pages. So it'll show a real trailer that you can actually watch. But yeah, individual movie detail pages with autoplay. Okay, cast listing linked to actor profile pages. Inspired by movie carousel. Oh, okay. So the inspired by portion, it'll be here. So it'll actually give you movies that inspired the making of the movie that you selected out of the list of Quentin Tarantino movies. Yeah. And I just gotta say, man, as you guys could probably tell, I'm a big Tarantino fan, man. I love him, man. You can see the Pulp Fiction post over there. Big fan. It's one of the first movies I saw in the actual theater was Kill Bill. And honestly, my favorite movie for a crazy long time was Pulp Fiction with Uma Thurman. So yeah, I'm just a big fan. And my whole goal with this 30-day 30 app challenge is I want to make sure I'm making apps that people actually enjoy and are interested in and creative concepts. So yeah, let's go. All right, so fun fact section for each movie. Yeah, the goal is to have some like cool facts and some interesting information that maybe happened on set or things like that. Next, reusable actor profile pages with quotes slash fact drop downs. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Gallery section with movie stills, screenshots from the movie. And TMDB API integration for movie data and trailers. Yes, need that. All right, so let's see what it will work on later. And these are potentially ideas that Replit might have came up with, just extra things that it thinks will make the app a little bit cooler. So it has add user watch list and rating system. Definitely think that would be pretty cool. Implement full text search across movies and actors. Yeah, that'd be pretty chill. Add movie trivia quiz feature. Yeah, I mean, all of this makes sense. Enable social sharing of favorite quotes and scenes. Yeah, that'll be cool. Really the main thing is that you should always keep in mind when building an app is less is more. You always want to have a fundamental functional app and then build upon that instead of just trying to stack everything up at once. So that's just if you're wondering why we're not just adding all of this in now. This isn't a magic wand where we can just, make everything happen at the same time or just everything just happen in general. We need to make sure that things are happening step by step in a process of just capability. Like start with what you can and then build from it. Yeah, let's approve the plan and start. Get it popping. All right. So we can already see right here, this looks pretty cool. So really crazy image. Yeah. So I see these dots down here, but they're not clickable right now. But the app is generating. So I'm gonna let it do its thing. All right. But yeah, you can see right here we have the actual file structure showing. Server. This is the actual server that it has constructed, and this is using a local server build. In this situation, it's local to the environment that Replit is hosting, so it's like a cloud environment. But yeah, so you can actually check all of this out and go through the actual step-by-step details that the server is using. You can also do something really cool. You can ask for an assistant, right? So assistant works best for users comfortable with file management and basic troubleshooting, right? So basically the assistant can assist us in understanding the app process. So we can even do cool things like I can highlight this portion of code and say, explain with assistant. And it'll actually show us right here what this portion of the code is for. This section, this selected code snippet is part of a middleware function that modifies the default behavior of the res.json method in the Express application. Let's break it down step by step. Constant or original res JSON equals res.json. So yeah, basically any portion of the code that you highlight or you choose to highlight, it'll actually give you like a pretty detailed breakdown of it. And this is super useful when you're debugging, when you're trying to just make changes to the code yourself and do anything really specific. So that was an example of the assistant, but we can also ask the assistant specific questions, just like you would talk to like ChatGPT, or this assistant is actually Claude Sonnet 4.0. But yeah, so it's still creating these pages now. And yeah, this process can take a while, but let's see what we can do now. Yeah, see, it's not responding right now. It's just loading. So what we can do here is we can check out the actual details of what it's making. You can see the process that it's stepping through to create these apps. And I'm not sure if you guys may be familiar with GitHub, but let me move this over here, get that out the way. So hard to find out where to put this camera, man. Let me put this right here. Yeah. Put it right here for now. All right, cool. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with GitHub or not, but GitHub is a utility that we can use to save our process of our app and pretty much treat it like a video game. And GitHub is your save. And if anyone's played Skyrim, you know you should always save all the time. So a good practice with GitHub is to just have a habit of saving anytime you make any change that you feel like you wouldn't just be able to wing. And I mean wing is in like, if you can't freeball a change off the top of your head and just predict like, hey, I want my href to go to this URL, things like that, like basic, I want this movie linked into my site or things like that. If you can't do it without using some reference documentation, you should probably just save. And you should save regardless. But if you're in the process of making changes and you can't just do the change off the top of your head, it's probably a good practice just to save and use GitHub for that saving process. But with Replit, a great thing is, and GitHub, it can be not really complicated, but it takes a little bit of practice just to get used to it. There's certain commands you use, git init, just to start that up, and different steps of the GitHub process just to initiate Git, process your files to be stored on Git, and then you want to constantly update the files that you have stored on Git through different versions. But with Replit, we don't have to worry about that at all. We can actually just have, and it wouldn't hurt us to use Git. Sometimes we can use Git, but for this instance, I'm just trying to streamline the process as much as possible. But we have saves that show up here as we make changes to the app. And here it is. So to roll back here, this rollback button is really useful because it'll take us back to before the last change was made. And every time we make a change, it'll give us this rollback button so we can pop back. We can actually check out the changes as well. So you can see get ignore. See, this is one of some of the commands talking about. So get ignore was added, Replit modified, index HTML client added. You can see goes through all the different apps. Saw that carousel. So this carousel is a front end component that allows the rotating pictures to show up over time. It's kind of like Netflix when you see the different movies showing up there. But yeah, so you can see it has all the changes that we made, and it's specifying that these changes are actually technically using Git, even though in our side of things, we don't really have to worry about that. But yeah, so here's our example app, man. Let's check this out, man. It's pretty cool. So move that camera back. All right, cool. So Pulp Fiction, Django, Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, Django, Kill Bill. All right, cool. All right, so first thing I noticed, this page is broken. This looks all crazy, but I like the fundamentals. You know, do like the fundamentals. So this is really cool because it's starting. Some of these apps start off pretty detailed, but this one started off pretty much like nothing. So we'll be able to build this and flesh it out together on stream. So first thing we want to do is point out, we could change these pictures, but let's work on the functionality first. So what we want to do is, boom. So what we actually want to do is we want to pull up a snippet tool and catch a screenshot of what the app looks like. So the enter button. Oh no, first what we want to do is we want to say error, right? And then we'll explain the error. The enter button goes to a broken page, right? So basically you generate your app. Well, let's go through the steps that we need to follow to get to this point. First, we did a generation of a project requirement document, which I just showed you guys the rundown of what the PRD looked like. And I'll show you guys how to generate a project requirement document in the near future, but just want to let you guys know it's a really easy process. We also added in a mockup, and that mockup was also generated in the same way that the PRD was generated. Both of those used ChatGPT. But we created a PRD, we created a mockup image, we went to replit.com, and we put both of those into the front screen chat. First page, you go to Replit, you see that chat, you can just throw those in there. So after that, we pressed enter basically, and it generated an app based on the information we gave it. Before it generated the app, it asked us to verify that that's what we wanted generated. But yeah, it generated an app, and from that point forward, we are here now where we saw an error after testing the app, and the error page, the error was pretty much when we clicked enter here, it went to this page, right? So took a screenshot of this page, put it right there, and added error. The enter button goes to a broken page. Boom. Now let's see what GPT comes back with. Right? But the title is showing NAN instead of the actual movie title. All right, so you can see here my budget is maxed out. I've been using this a lot. So what we're going to do, boost this up to 25 for now. I'm probably going to end up spending a good amount of money on this one just because doing this challenge. This isn't a realistic thing. You usually wouldn't be doing 30 apps in 30 days, but it's pretty much just proving that it can be done. So it looks like the budget, I just increased the budget, but it looks like it's glitching. So let me refresh that. Okay. Back in action. All right, cool. So I see the issue. The inner button leads to a movie detail page, but the title is showing as NAN instead of the actual movie title. And there's a navigation error with nested A tag. Let me fix these issues. Boom. So basically it's saying it noticed the issue that I pointed out. It explained a breakdown of that issue. A tags are one of the many tags in front end development. That are used to pretty much organize the page. But yeah, so now it's just processing and it's going through the next steps that we can expect. But let's check this out. What is this here? So this is the actual page, right? Let's open this over here. So this is where the error was found. So you can see the A, class name, nav link, transition colors. This is where the error exists. And this is the closing tag right here. So this component, the nav link transition colors component, was broken, right? And you can see that internal class, the nav link transition colors cursor pointer, location equals item.path text dash Tarantino red, blah, blah, blah. Basically, this portion of the code was not working correctly. Yeah. It's working on processing that, and we should be able to get this solved pretty easily. The main thing I do notice, though, it does not look like it is pulling from the API. And that's something that's very important. And like I said, a really important thing, see, we can even see here there's an issue, like an actual issue. These error messages are different than the error that we saw. The error that we noticed was more of a technical error where it's like, this is not functioning the way that I would expect it to function in my mind. But these errors that show up when you click this wrench right here, these are actual technical errors, as in the code is not built in a way that it should be working. And computers can check that out. You can press F12 on your website, whatever website you go to, and it'll give you a similar looking setup, the console log. But yeah, so it looks like there was some technical issues on top of the actual design issues. And the nice thing with vibe coding, you don't need to know all the details. I just gotta reiterate that as much as I can. You don't need to know all the details. You just need to know what you want. Know what you want, build things, be curious, and learn along the way, because you will learn along the way. I promise you. Like, the more you do this, the better you'll get. And in my personal experience, I did have a lot of technical training, got my bachelor's in computer science, 6 years as a Aegis computer network technician in the military, eventually ended up senior infrastructure engineer at Wells Fargo. So I had a little bit of experience, but you don't need that experience. And I'm trying to tell you, as someone who had the experience, it ain't more valuable than actually doing the work. The reason why I was able to excel in my career path was because I did work outside of my actual job, and I learned through just like YouTube and public forums like this. So yeah, this is where the real information is. I'm trying to tell you, like, this is how you win. This is how you win for real. But yeah, man, let's check it out, man. They gave us they gave us some trash, honestly, to start off with, but it's cool because we can build from here. I would rather this than an app that was fully fleshed out from the beginning, because some of these apps you'll see they're pretty much going to be drop and go, and everything is just going to work from the beginning. But yeah, we got 30 days, 30 apps, man. 30 days, 30 apps. Yeah. Still reviewing my message. You got to pay attention to Replit too, because a lot of times it can get caught up in loops. Right now, it doesn't look like it's caught in a loop. It's actually just processing the information. But when you're working with Replit and you're seeing it just constantly loop over and over again, or it keeps trying the same thing over and over again, slightly different, first thing you need to do is stop it. You need to look at the issue, look at what it's been doing to solve it, and try and give it more specific information. You can even point out, like you can see over here, move this a little bit to right. Okay. So you can see over here, we have the actual files, right? check out the routes. The routes are really important. This file or this file in the server folder connects to different components in the front end and back end specifically. So you can see here it even fetch TMDB. This is the API we're going to be using, right? The API that I don't see being called here. I haven't seen any API calls from the looks of it. I'm not seeing, and an API call will pretty much be the exact information that would show up. So I see Lucy Lou is here. Maybe these are pulled. Yeah, they do have pictures though. It look like, I don't know, man. It might be working better than I'm giving it credit. All right, so, but pretty much the routes folder or the routes file in the server folder is something that'll be very useful in a lot of ways. It pulls a lot of specific information and it routes the different information to the different endpoints. Like you might want the TMDB API to pull a picture of Lucy Lou. That doesn't look like Lucy Lou, but you might want a picture of Lucy Lou, right? You need this to hand the picture of Lucy Lou over to the movie's front end. So you will use routes to navigate that process and things like that if you're curious. And the more you learn about this stuff, the better off you can use it. And honestly, the more money you can save, because doing things the correct way saves you time, money. You don't want, it's like if you can basically treat Replit as your employee, right? If you had a company and you got an employee, and imagine, like, I'm sure most people have worked at a company where they've had a boss that doesn't know their job, and then they ask you to do something, but they don't actually understand what they're asking you to do. They're just kind of talking. That's like the worst thing if you're an employee, because you're like, man, this person's asking me to do a job, but they're not actually understanding what they're asking. So if I do the job and it's not what they wanted, then they're going to be disappointed. But at the same time, they don't even know what they want. So it's like, it just sucks to be in that position. Think of Replit as an employee. You know, if you're asking Replit to do something for you and you're not understanding what you need to be done, you're not really breaking it down into specific detail, then you can't really be mad if Replit doesn't give you what you wanted, you know? Like, it's kind of your fault. So the best practice is to give as much information as possible to Replit. Constantly just learn how to talk to it just like you're talking to another human being. Like, you know, it's not going to happen overnight, but the more you do it, the more practice you give, the better off you'll be. That's why I'm doing this 30 days, 30 app challenge, because each day I'm building a new app on live stream, and each day you'll see something new. A different problem might show up, a different solution might come about, an easier solution to a previous problem. And you never know. You never know, man. It's all a journey, honestly. And every day you gain something new in this space. So, but it gets to a point where it's like magic, man. I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm doing things this way, but I usually, like, I'm building 30 apps in 30 days. But in reality, a good practice would be to build one app in 30 days and just do 30 times as much effort into that app in the planning and every step of the process, so that you can really just knock out whatever you want really fast. Like, you can do a lot. Even this, like, this is trash, right? But compared to what people used to be able to create in 5 minutes with software development, this is a lot. Like, this is a lot. Seriously, for a couple dollars, probably spent like $1 on this in the Replit pricing. Even if you don't have an account and you show up on Replit, you get free money when you first join. So that's why I recommend everybody. I don't care if you know software development, everybody should be doing this. Everybody should be learning what they want with this and how to use it, because this is honestly the future. This is honestly the future. I guarantee everybody's going to be building their own apps in a couple of years. Seriously. Why use somebody else's app if you can make your own, you know? What's the point? Man, this has been loading for a while. Considering options. It doesn't usually load this long on this step of the process. See. Let me see. Do I want to stop this here or not? Reviewing your message. Yeah, let me stop this here, right? So it says add a database to store user data. So basically a database would allow us to have different user accounts where people would log in with a username and password. We don't really need to worry about that right now. So I'll just click maybe later. But This is what I'll do. Control V, because I still have that error message showing. The movie pages are not looking correct. They are missing the information I requested. Right? And then first thing, error. Boom. So basically, like I said, talk to it like a person. This is just how I did the error message beforehand. Catch a screenshot of the error. Boom. This is a problem. Control C, Control V. Boom. Error. The movie pages are not looking correct. They are missing the information I requested. It's that simple. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Looks good. All right, cool. All right, so at least it's processing. At least it's processing. So see what it goes with. See what it goes with. Now let me fix the movie detail page issue. The problem is that the movie data isn't being properly loaded. Okay. So it noticed that the API wasn't processing correctly. CSS import issue. CSS is the stylization. So HTML, in a very, very, very simple term, HTML is the words that you see on the screen and the basic sections of the web page. Like there's a button here. This button's kind of HTML. Like click this, make it work. That's kind of HTML. And I'll just say that because CSS is the actual art style. Like the fact that this is a red button, that's a rectangle with the play sign in there, and the enter is in this font. All of the design, like the picture in the back, all that CSS. And JavaScript would be the carousel. You see how like it automatically rotates the different pictures? That would be JavaScript pretty much. Just a very, very, very layman's term of that process and how they work together. But yeah, it's pretty much it. And that's the thing that honestly throws people off in the computer science field. It seems like people aren't comfortable with just understanding the fundamentals, but just learn what you need to learn, man. If you need to know more, you'll find out along the way. Just you need that path of entry so you can know what questions to ask. And that's really the magic in the tech world, because surprise, nobody knows what they're doing in tech. Like there's not any software developer that's comfortable, that should be comfortable. Some people might be cocky, but like there's no real world where you're just going to show up with no internet and just build all these different apps from scratch with nothing there. Like that doesn't make any sense. You know, it's like not having a calculator. Like, you know, like in school, they're going to tell you need to learn all these different math equations because you might not have a calculator, but in real life, you will have a calculator. Like I've never not had a calculator when I needed one. So yeah. So you see, this is what we were missing, right? This is what I was looking for. To enable authentic movie trailers and metadata in your Tarantino Universe app, I need access to the movie database API. This will allow us to show real trailers, poster images, and cast information for each movie. An API key is a special code that identifies your app to... it's loading. All right. An API key is a special code that identifies your app to TMDB server. You can get a free TMDB API key by 1, creating an account, 2, going to your account settings, 3, requesting an API key under the API section. Boom. So now we know how to make an API. I've gone through this process before, but I just wanted to make sure that that was there. And I knew that we needed an API key. I knew that Replit would not be able to make one. So yeah, now we can move that process forward. But on top of that, let me show you guys what we have here, right? So now it looks a little bit different. You can see that the names at least are showing up, and we have a time and the date. Couple fun facts. The film sparked controversy for its use of racial slurs. That's an interesting fact. All right, cool. All right. So, all right, let's join TMDB. Username. Yep, military grade automation. All right, password. Let me do that over here. I don't know who I'm dealing with in the tech world, man. I might have some super geniuses watching this, so let me not even risk that. All right. Typing in the email. Boom. Sign up. Just put this right here, make it a little bit easier. All right, cool. So just verifying this account really quick. All right, so basically created the login information, right? And it asked me to verify my account by sending an email over. So if you wanted to make a movie app like this app, you would just go to themoviedb.org/sign up and you would generate an account. So boom, activate my account. Now it's asking me to log in. Okay. Let me log in real quick. Cool. All right, nice. All right, cool. So you can see stats, total edit, total rating, rating overview, upcoming, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. So let's see what Replit told us about completing this process, right? You can close these. All right, boom. So going to your account settings, requesting an API key under the API section. All right. So pretty sure I'm in account settings. Request API. Request API. All right, where's that portion at? I see edit profile, movies, TV shows, people, more. API for business, API documentation. Let me see. Boom. So we have the API portion right here, right? We want to click create. So what I did was I went to more and I went to API documentation and it took me right here. All right, so gotta hide that. I don't want the API key to show up. I'm creating one right now. So it's asking me to subscribe. Developer. All right, so let me show you guys this. All right, so I am signing up as a developer. Application name. Tarantino Universe. Application URL. So what we're doing, just go to that. Boom. All right. I don't even know if that's gonna work. It's not even a real URL. They can't reach that. Whatever. I am making a Tarantino Universe app. Boom. It's a pretty decent summary. First name, military grade, last name, automation. All right. Military grade automation at Gmail. So they're asking for phone numbers, addresses, city and state, zip code. All right. So it looks like I got to put all this into. Give me a sec. I'll get that set up for you guys. Let me grab my credit card. All right, cool. We back. So let me put in my information on this app so we can get that API key. Okay. All right. Okay, got that in there. Boom. Bam. All right, cool. So all right, so I have the API key. The API key has been secured. All right, cool. All right. So I have it. I put it in. I promise. All right, let's see what happens. Would you like to save this to your account secrets so you can easily access it? Sure. All right, so the API key has been input. Now we should get a lot more data in here. Let's check it out. See what happens. All right, now that I have the TMDB API key, let me upgrade the TMDB service to use the environment variable and integrate real trailer functionality into the movie detail pages. That means that each time we click one of these movies, a real trailer will be showing up. I didn't do any coding. You guys saw the whole process top to bottom. I didn't do any coding. There's no coding done. And we're about to have actual trailers showing up for these movies. And we already got some information, you know, some cool facts in there. Like, it's just going to get better. That's all I'm saying. It's just going to get better. So let's see what happens. All right, I can see the movie detail page has the trailer integration. Now let me fix the TypeScript error in the storage and then test the current functionality. Let me fix the storage initialization to avoid the type errors. Great. I can see the TMDB API is working. The logs show successful requests to fetching videos from TMDB. Let me fix the remaining storage type issues and update the movie detail page to properly use the data. All right. I'll fix the remaining type issues and continue working on making the app fully functional. Let me now update the movie detail page to use the backend data properly and fix the trailer display. Now let me update the movie detail page. All right, cool. Updating the page. All right, so Whole lot. See, it's another rollback here. So if any problems show up, we can bounce back to this point and pretty much, or not to this point, but to the previous rollback beforehand. And yeah, API calls are working successfully. Would you like me to continue fixing the remaining issues, or would you prefer to use the current state first? Let me see what's up, man. What do we have? Error. That's what we have. We have error. Objects are not valid as a React child. All right, let's see. It did ask, though. Let me see what it asked. Let's read it again. I can see from the logs that TMDB API calls are working successfully. Would you like me to continue fixing the remaining issues, or would you prefer to see the current state first? See the current state first. Let's see what happens. It's always good to go one issue at a time. You don't want to just dive in and say, hey, I got 20 things wrong. Fix all 20 things at once. Like, nah, man. One step at a time. One step at a time. Trust me. You never know if the issue is actually fixed or it was just a misunderstanding. See, trailer loading. All right. What do we have, though? Wow. Look at that. We got it. I can't play the sound because we get copywritten. But we got business, man. We got business. We have business. Look at this. No time. So fast, man. Let me not get taken down on stream. All right, cool. All right, cool. Who's giving you guys this, man, in real time? In real time. That's all I'm saying. In real time, man. We're making apps in real time. Fast. Streamlined. I'm fixing the React rendering error and made progress. Oh, I fixed the React rendering error and made progress on the app. The current state shows TMDB API integration working. Logs show successful video fetches. Whoa, what we doing? Stop playing. All right. I have noticed this issue with Replit where it does this weird scrolling thing a lot. I don't know why, but it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I fixed React rendering errors and made progress on the app. The current state shows TMDB API integration working. Log shows successful video fetches. Backend data structure in place with sample Tarantino movies. Navigation and basic movie detail pages functional. Still working on perfecting the trailer display and data flow. The app is now loading. Would you like me to continue fixing the remaining TypeScript issues before and perfecting the trailer functionality? So it looks good. Trailer works. So we can see right here, right? We're at replit.dev. This is basically whatever URL they generated for our app. Like this portion is kind of just a placeholder. It's not real, but you can see right here, right? We have the movies portion. And also, hold on, man. Let me be right back. Let me be right back. All right, I'm back. So I wanted to show you guys something that I forgot to show you. I need my phone for it. So what we can do is, right? Let's click right here. You see this? It's a QR code, right? So what we can do is, boom. And all I'm gonna say is I usually use apps on my phone. So it's important to know that the app works on your phone. And with that QR code, we can do is we can actually go to the app on our phone. You can check that out and actually see how it looks. Like, see, the app might not be the prettiest thing in the world on the computer screen, but I make my apps so that they would look good on phones, right? Because everybody's using their app on a phone. Make sure that sound is off on that trailer. All right, cool. So we got the trailer right there, man. It's really it. It's really it. Like it look clean, man. It look clean for a couple minutes. This is no time, man. We haven't done anything yet, man. We haven't even started. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that portion. Let's get back to it. And if you're on Replit, what you can do is just click right here and boom, you got that QR code. You can scan that, check it out on your phone or whatever. If you got a tablet, it's whatever you want to check out. So let's see what we got next. So next thing I want to do is fix these pictures, man. Like, and what does this go to? Look, can you access? Come on, man. So let's go one page at a time. I don't like how this cast page looks. It looks ugly. So we're going to do this, right? This portion of the movies /movies/ I'm gonna put a pound sign for the number, right? Because each movie you select is gonna have a different number right here, right? So I'm just basically putting the path that it can check out, right? Page looks wrong. Looks ugly. Nah, looks, I'll just say bad. It looks bad. I don't want to give too much. I could give a specific detail, but like I'm looking at like, man, these pictures ain't right. The design is off. Everything, it's a lot to call out. So I'm gonna just say it looks bad, and I want to see what it gives me. I want to see what it gives me. Sometimes it's good to be specific. Sometimes it's good not to be specific, because it could fix a couple of these small issues at the same time. But even look, like, man, every time we hover over it, like, this is nice, man. This is pretty nice for the first time. You know, like barely did anything. And you can see it has reference movies, the inspiring movies. These images are not correct, right? But these movies are correct. These are movies that inspired Django. So if you ever saw Django and you're like, I wonder where he got the ideas from, using this app, you can find out exactly where he got the ideas from. Like, it's cool, man. It's cool. I don't know how you wouldn't be excited about this, man. You got to check your posts if this ain't something cool to you. I don't know. Let's check Pulp Fiction. Oh, Pulp Fiction goes to Django. Let me see. All right, so I got to manually change that, though. That's not right. That is not right. And you see the cast doesn't change. Boom. Boom, another issue. It's all good. Let's see what happens next. Let's see what they got for us. Let me improve the cast section by using real TMDB cast data and fixing the placeholder images. I'll add a TMDB cast query and update the display. Nice. See, it's doing all of these changes. What did I say? This portion of the /movie/number page looks bad. And I posted a screenshot, right? And it gave me, I can see the issue. The cast section is showing placeholder images inspired instead of proper actor photos. Boom. So it noticed that problem. I can see the error is coming from trying to access actor.name. So it pointed out the actual specific error that was causing the problem. Let me find where the error is occurring. Now I can see the error. Boom. Now let me also fix the actor biography and other properties. So it went out of its way and said, this error is causing other problems. Let me fix those too. I didn't ask for all of that. I didn't have to barely say anything. Boom. Now let me improve the cast section in the movie details page to show proper actor photos instead of placeholder images. I'll also integrate with the TMDB API to get authentic cast photos. Boom. Now let me replace the hard-coded cast section with real TMDB cast data. Like, now what do we have here? Jamie Foxx, Christopher Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kerry Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, Walter Goggins. Boom. Real people. Easy. What happens when we click one? Nothing. It doesn't work. Nothing happens. But it's fine, though. It's fine. Because we're one step forward, man. One step forward. So that is really nice. That is really, really nice. So And the front page is different now too. Oh no, that wasn't the front page. Okay. So the front page is still the same. But in here we have all of these different people. It's really nice. All right, cool. So let's see the actor page. What does this do? Uma Thurman. All right. Cool. All right, so still a work in progress. I've improved the cast section significantly. All right, yeah. Nice. See, I don't even need to go through what it did because I can see here, like it obviously is using the API now. Boom. So I could go into the actual actor pages right now, right? But I want these fun facts. I want the fun facts. I'm gonna fix this entire page and then I'm gonna go to the actor pages and we'll see how that goes. So no. What I want to do is I want to make sure the URL is in here so it knows exactly where I'm at, right? Catch that whole portion. Boom. Error. Just reference the error so it knows that there's a problem, right? The fun facts are not showing. Now it's going to generate the fun facts, hopefully. I'm not sure. All I know is at this point, everything's been going really well, you know? And I made a ton of apps with Replit in the past, to be real, but you never know how it works, man. You never know how it works. Got to go with the flow. Like I said, if I was making an app in a normal technical sense, I would definitely have spent like a week on making the PRD exactly how I wanted it. I would have every single page fleshed out and specific, and I'll have the API call. Everything will be a million times more detailed. But I can make this app in a day, and I can do this every day for 30 days. Like, that's the whole point. Like, it's that easy. There's no excuse not to get into this. This is really just like, just trying to get people into coding, man. We need to get people into developing, man. It's important. No, it's not. Oh, all right, it's loading. All right, cool. It's loading. Fun facts. Where they at? See, they're not showing, man. What are you doing? Why we got a sword here? What sword? I mean, it is Tarantino, but it's Django. I don't remember no swords in... Do y'all see a sword? Ain't no sword in Django, man. Ain't no sword in Django, bro. What are they talking about swords? Why is there a sword here, bro? What are they doing? I don't know, man. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I can see the fun fact section is empty. Issue is the fun fact data is not being retrieved. All right. See, this is where it can get tricky, right? Like, it's telling me that it fixed the issue, but I see it didn't fix the issue. So I could just, well, nothing was fixed, right? So it gets complicated because I could just make the same request and hope that it does fix it this time, right? But one thing I want to do is restart the server. I want to restart the server because that sometimes can fix things. Nope. See, that didn't work. Refresh the page. Sometimes the cache page is cached, causes a problem. Fun facts. No, it's nothing there. No fun facts. Another thing, honestly, if this was just like a personal use app, these trailers, I would usually probably link to another website and just have a really long trailer, like a 2-hour or an hour or 165-minute trailer would be here instead, you know. But we're not doing that on YouTube, but you can use your imagination, I'm sure. But yeah. Fun facts. Let me see. Oh yeah, this select tool is really cool too because it'll actually let you click a different, like, individual portions, right? And you can do things with it. Like, I can change the text color, right? Boom. specific details, background color, yada yada. Yeah, you can do a lot with this, man. You can do a lot with this. Really, really, really cool. Really, really dope, because what you can do with this that's super useful, what I can do is, and you have to save it for the like log in or anything, but boom, right? I can do that. You should be able to click the image and replace it with a image. I don't know. Looks like this one isn't compatible. Let me see if I can find one a little bit more compatible. Oh, no, it's all text and background. I don't know why. I don't know, but you can see it gets in here, right? Background image, movie.posterpad. Oh, okay, so it's using APIs. That's why. That's why I can't change the image like that. It's all good. If this was a static image, like if this was a picture that I put up here and it wasn't being pulled from the server, I would be able to manually just click this and just boom, click that and just change it. But you can't do it because it's coming from the server, so it's not a local hosted picture. But that's okay. All right. So what I'm concerned with is fun facts are not fixed. Still not showing up. And there's nothing here. I can't highlight it. I thought the text might be a wrong color, but nope. Nope. So what we're going to do is post that right in there, and we're going to see what happens. We are going to see what happens next. Hopefully it works, but after doing it twice, I am going to be pretty skeptical, and I'm probably going to try and check out the code in that portion of the page, see what's happening there. Okay, so the front end is the problem. Okay, all right. See, look. Sometimes you just got to try a little bit more. Will Smith was originally offered the role of Django, but turned it down. Psst. Man, that was a slap in the face of his career. For real. Psst. Will Smith in that movie would have slapped. For real. Like, what? I would have put him on some new stages. Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. He smacked Chris Rock, man. No, man, I love Will Smith, man. He's a legend. Perfect. Now the fun fact should be loading. All right, cool. And they are loading. But every time I click, see, I'm wondering if the front page, because I can scroll through these. I'm wondering if this matters though, right? I'm wondering if that matters, because I can go to movies. So if I go here and then I go to the home page and I press enter, now it still goes to Django. That's broken. But we can fix that later. That's an easy fix. But check it out, Kill Bill. All right, Uma Thurman, Lucy Liu. All right. And it doesn't look as pretty as it could right now, man. It could look a lot nicer. But for right now, what we want to do is make the functionality set up correctly, you know? So these are showing here. It's only 4 fun facts, but that's fine for now. That's enough. So what we want to do is get the inspired movies, right? Want this whole page, top to bottom, to be working. And then after that, we can worry about making it look nicer. So the inspired by portion of the page is not loading, or it's not working. So this should be showing the movies that inspired each of these movies. Like for Kill Bill, it should show like probably 7 Samurai and a lot of Kurosawa films, things like that. But it's not. It's not showing them. So let's see if we can get that fixed. I can see the inspired by section is showing placeholder images from Unsplashed instead of authentic movie posters. Let me fix this by replacing the placeholder images with real movie poster data, potentially using TMDB to get authentic poster images for the films that actually inspired each Tarantino movie. I'll replace the placeholder images with authentic movie posters from TMDB. Let me create a more dynamic inspired by section that shows different inspiration sources based on the specific movies being viewed. Now I need to define the get inspired by movies function that will return different inspiration sources for each movie. Let me add this function. I need to define the function first. Let me check imports section and add the function properly. So yeah, it's giving us a step-by-step everything that's being done. Yep. See this error right here while it's loading. Also, it has a devlog errors. Those are supposed to be errors. Makes sense. But what we got to remember is there's a rollback, right? Because each time you make a change, it could easily break the app, or it could just do something you don't want done, you know? So these rollback functions are here for a reason, and they really, really do help a lot. A whole lot, especially when you're like really deep into the app and then it just does one thing that just ends up breaking everything. Like, it happens, man. It happens. And my first app, I spent 3 months on it. 3 months every single day, 5 hours a day for 3 months straight, right? When my app was done, because I literally just I taught myself how to code, like just bought a book and just did it. And I learned a lot of my coding on a military ship. So I didn't even have any internet. I couldn't even like Google nothing. I just did it. But yeah, I made a movie app, coming full circle, I guess. But yeah, I made a movie app and spent 3 months on it, man. Every movie, like, it linked to the actual page and everything. It was just a plan. I just wanted to have my family have a server where they could, you know, connect and watch movies. But yeah, after 3 months, I came on the app one day. I took a week off because I was just completely burnt out. But I was 99% done. But like, look, man, I come back, right? And I'm testing the app because honestly, man, I'm at work and it's this girl, man. She's like, I'm talking to her, whatever, pretty girl. I'm trying to get to know her, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I build apps and everything. I'm probably gonna work at Google one day, blah, 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 right? So I'm trying to show her the app the next day, and I try and pull it up. Come to find out, all the different images, all the different links, everything, they were all statically put in. Like, I typed in the actual links, right? But those links constantly change, and I didn't know that you don't statically assign links. You use a program to constantly update the links. And yeah, like, all of my pictures, everything was broken. It looked just like Netflix, but everything broke, man. The entire thing was done. So yeah, that's how I learned how to make apps. It was fun. It was a fun experience. But understand your API usage limits. All right. Fixing the app. All right. So I know it has an API limit, but I'd be very surprised if we reach the API limit. Let's see. The images are not showing. We always want to put error in there just to specify that. Let's see. I can see the inspired movies are showing as empty boxes. All right, so it has the wrong path for the API. All right, cool. Using a fallback approach. Nice. But yeah, like I said, like, I spent months on that app, and like, realistically, using this program and no experience at all, I probably could have built it in like less than a week. So it's that big of a deal. 3 months to like 3-4 days. That much of a difference. Like, it's crazy. Everybody should be doing this. Everybody should be using Replit or Windsurf or Cursor, which are different versions of the same. Why aren't these pictures showing up, man? It don't look right. It don't look right. It looks like it's trying to load. Let me hold on. Instead of me just let me try and refresh the page. Pretty sure I already did that, but let me try and restart the server. A lot of times restarting the server can be really useful. It can fix a lot of problems. Working in tech, you just reset. Did you reset it? Like that's like everywhere you go in tech, I promise you, like, did you reset it will be said. All right. The pictures still are not showing correctly. All right. See this. After this, we're gonna make sure the design of this page looks a lot cooler. I want to see Uma Thurman with a sword covered in blood on the background of this image. Like, I really want to see that. That would be really cool. And this looks nice. It could be better. Like, a lot of this stuff could be better, but I like it. I like it. I understand the issue. The images are showing as placeholders with film icons instead of actual movie posters. All right. Sometimes you just gotta wait a little bit for things to work out. Man, what are you guys' favorite Tarantino movies though, man? Tarantino has a lot of classics. My favorite has to be Kill Bill, because I saw it in the theater when I was way too young to see it, and it was just a great movie. And it honestly let me know that movies could be great. I didn't know movies could be great before that. I'm thinking Disney Channel, Mufasa, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, but yeah, like it really taught me that movies could actually be amazing. So yeah, that's my favorite. But yeah, let me know you guys' favorite movies from Tarantino. Look at this, man. Inspired by, these are movies that inspired the making of Kill Bill. Lady Snowblood. This don't look like Lady Snowblood. All right, let's see what happens. It's still loading, still processing. Game of Death. Yeah, this looks more like it. This is so cool. Yeah, every day, man. 30 days, 30 apps, man. Making progress on this one. It's not there yet. It looks like they're just pulling random covers. But I'm not sure yet. Let me see. Error. The inspired by movies do not appear to be correct. All right, so let me go to the full page this time. These look, nah, it's not. It's weird. The pictures are not matching the actual titles. Blazing Saddles does. Django inspired Django. All right, I don't know about that. All right. Let's check it out, man. Let's see what we come back with. A lot of progress has been made so far, though. The front page, definitely going to want to change these to be actual images pulled from the API. This is before we connected to the API. I like this one a lot, though. This is really nice. But click enter. It always goes to Django. Just logging the issues that I've seen so far. Has the autoplay trailer. That's really cool. But it always goes to Django. Always goes to Django. I see it has color-coded titles, which is cool, too. But Django, that's red. You know, it should be red and black. Inspired by, this is cool. It's cool. It's not correct yet, but I like the design choice. The cast, see, it has the cast here. These are updated, but each of these actor pages should be functional. And right now, the only actor pages it has is Uma Thurman and Sam L. Jackson. So, oh, I got the quotes here, right? The path of the righteous man is beast on all sides. Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. Like, you know, it's like little cool things added in depending on the movie, but it only has 2 movies in here, man. He improvised many of his lines. Wow. Wore authentic period clothing. His character represents the house. All right, that's cool. Third one could have been, you know, something else. All right, let's keep going. I can see the issue. The inspired movies are showing wrong titles. Looking at the Django Unchained page, it's displaying The Enforcer, Clash of the Titans. Yeah, we know what it's displaying. All right, let me fix the TMDB IDs to match actual inspiration sources. Oh, so there was an original Django. That's cool. I didn't know that. The Great Silence, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Blazing Saddles. I can see that. Can see that. Nice. Noise. All right, so Pulp Fiction, the greatest. All right. All right, that looks good. The briefcase's contents were never revealed. It was intentionally left mysterious. I always thought the briefcase had a comic book in it or something because it's called Pulp Fiction, right? I don't know if it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, let's check it out. So these are not correct yet as well, but we're going to stick to Django for right now. Just make this page perfect, and then it'll be able to use this page as reference for the other pages, right? So you got to work smarter, not harder. Do something right the first time. You can copy it multiple times, right? So let me say the page color is ugly. Add a more stylized look and make the background of the page the Django an image from the movie. All right. Yeah, because this could look a lot better. Like, what? Red, gray, and orange-ish, peach style. Like, no, it's not enough. Make this look a lot better. Whoops. All right. I'll enhance the movie detail page. So yeah, the steps that you want to follow while you're building the page, you definitely want to functionality, right? Go to a page, focus on that page, build that page out, flesh it out, make sure that page works, right? Add all the different detail that you need. Let me scroll down. I don't want to get copyright or anything. But add all the detail you need to add, right? Make sure everything works the way that it's supposed to. After you get all that done, then you make it look nice. Because once you start changing the style, that could cause a problem. Because what if you stylize it, but then you don't have everything you need? Now when you add more, the page looks different. You know, that's a problem. You don't want that. No one wants a problem. So do things in order. The order of operations is very important to learn if you want to start building apps. Gotta have the correct order of operations. And that's the thing with Replit. Realistically, when you use an app like Replit, Windsurf, or Cursor, you need to know what you want. And Replit will help you out with everything else. Like, just understand what you want, how you want it, and Replit will help you out. Basically, if you were a mechanic, right, and you had a machine that could automatically fix cars, right, you know as a mechanic, like, hey, the alternator is having a problem. I want the alternator fixed. You know, the capacitors are broken or they're shorted out, so the windows ain't working. Like, whatever it is, whatever specific thing it is, right, you need to call that out exactly so that you can let the AI actually do the job efficiently. The AI can do it by itself, right? But the more detail you give it, the better things will work out, man. The faster things can get completed. I like the black, though. It did change it to black. The black looks cool, but I definitely need each of these pages to have an image from the movie or something. It gotta look cool, man. Like, it has to look cool. It has to look nice, for real. Like, I feel like Steve Jobs working at Microsoft right now, man. It's like, man, everything is so analytical with the design. Like, need some color, some life. Something. It's processing though. It's such a good movie. It's such a good movie. Leonardo DiCaprio cut his hand during the dinner scene, but continued acting, and his real blood was used in the scene. That's crazy because he rubbed his blood all over that girl's face. So I guess he really went method. That's crazy. All right. I've enhanced the movie detail page with a cinematic design. Added dynamic movie backdrop background with opacity and gradient overlays. Okay. All right. Make the background of the page an image from the movie. All right. A little bit more specific with my request. See what it can give us. All right. Just no error. It's not really an error technically. I maybe wouldn't have put that if I could go back. But we'll see. Yeah, see, it's going now. See, it's working for each movie. So a lot of the changes to this page will transition over to the other pages. And the last thing I want to do after I get these pages fleshed out, the last thing I want to do is let me see how that looks on the big screen. All right, that looks nice. Still loading. Loading. All right, still loading. Let me see. Let that finish up. But yeah, last thing I'm gonna do, make sure all of these pages look correct. Just 3 movies, I believe it brought in initially. So make sure those 3 movies look perfect. The pages have to be set up exactly how they should. And after that, the next step will be importing all of the other different movies, because once it has these 3 pages to reference, when it imports the other movies, it should understand exactly how to do that the right way. So start with 1 page, have that transition to the other 2 pages. So now we'll have 3 pages that look good. And then we'll do that for the rest of the movies, which I think he has like 9? Because Kill Bill doesn't count. It's just part 1 and 2, I think. So yeah, he has 9. What are Quentin Tarantino movies? All right, we got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We got Kill Bill. We got Jackie Brown. We got Reservoir Dogs. We got True Romance, doesn't count. We got Django. We got Hateful Eight. Inglourious Bastards. I don't know. Oh, Death Race or Death Proof. And I think we got one more. We got one more, right? What is the missing Tarantino? I don't know. We got one more though. We got one more. Pulp Fiction. My favorite movie. That's crazy. Pulp Fiction. All right. But yeah, that's all of the movies he has. So he technically made 10 and he wrote True Romance, but he has 9 in his mind because he's only making 10 in total. All right. Successfully implemented movie backdrop. It looks nice. Very nice. Very nice. See, I'm wondering, I always be thinking like, do I want the background image to slide with the page or do I want it to be stagnant and not move? I kind of like it not moving, like having his face not show is pretty cool. Jamie Foxx is pretty ugly, so no, it's like, no, I just think it's a little bit mysterious. If you hadn't seen this movie, might be wondering like, who is he? Like, what's his face look like? And then you got the trailer right here, so you can see everything. Like, a lot of things when you're doing software development, you gotta like kind of put yourself in the seat of someone that would just be using the page. A lot of times, like being an artist, you know, if you make a song or you make a movie or you make any piece of art, like you got to put yourself in the viewer's perspective. Even if like something as simple as comedy, you know, like comedians are not telling their jokes like in their perspective, you know, they're telling their jokes from the perspective of a fan. You know, they're trying to be relatable. They want it to be useful for everybody. Like I love like little things like how you just highlight over these and it just pops up. Like that's so cool to me. I love that. I love that. All right. So this is cool. Definitely want all of these actor pages to function. But let me see what the other movies look like. Okay. So yeah, Kill Bill page isn't working also. But let me see. Oh yeah, that doesn't work either. That really sucks. I need that to work. All right. So we got Kill Bill. See, this image is off to the side, but it's still cool though. It look nice. It look pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. All right. But we're gonna fix the inspired by movies for Kill Bill. And instead of saying Kill Bill, I'm gonna say /movies/1, right? Because that's the page. That's what we can see right here for the page. That's the page that it's on. So /movie/1 is not showing the correct inspired by movies. Nah, gonna have that. All right, cool, man. Let's see what we get back. Let's see what we get back. I think it'll be good though. I think it'll be good. The benefit of doing the Django page first, it pretty much gave the AI all of the necessary information to solve problems, right? So me calling out the inspired by movies on Django and repeatedly calling it out until I get to a point where I'm satisfied, that lets the AI know it's like, all right, this was his goal. When he said that, he really wanted this, you know? So now it can do the same thing for this. It look like we getting to pretty much the end of this app. Not the end, but we're getting close. We're getting close. Just got to make sure. I mean, this looks good to me. We could add more fun facts or whatever, but like, we could add a million fun facts if we wanted to. We could add none. But the process is pretty much just list more fun facts, and then it would give more fun facts. That's not really important. So what I want to do is I want to make sure each one of these actor pages work, right? I need these actor pages to work and be clickable so you can go to the actual other site. And outside of that, want to make sure all the inspired by photos look correct. And following that, we will be importing the rest of the movies. Yep. The bride with white hair. No. Hold on, wait. So the Replit just said, let me take a screenshot. I can't find that portion. Where's that at? Oh yeah, perfect. Now let me take a screenshot to verify that the correct inspiration movies are displaying. You see, like, it's actually taking its own screenshots. Like, you can see what the screen looked like. This is what it caught. It's crazy. Wow. All right. Crypto doing nice today. That's nice. That's really nice. All right. I fixed the Kill Bill inspiration movies with correct TMDB IDs. Let's see. All right. So all I'm going to say is error. The movie covers are not correct. And we can catch another screenshot. I'll just catch the screenshot from here. What's this thing doing? Server's up. All right. This took a little while to load. Something to keep an eye out for. Probably just a one-off, but it's always good to pay attention to how long it takes for pages to load. Because if you're a user, man, you're not waiting, bro. You're not waiting, like at all. Like, here's what that app looks like. Let me show you guys. So far, this is what the app looks like on the phone. Really cool, really cool, really professional looking, really quality. How long have we been working on this? Like a couple, I don't even know. Like, how long has it been? Like an hour? Like what? Hour and a half. I could sell this app. This could be a commissioned app. Like, you could sell this app and get good money off of this. And you could get money for managing it. Like, seriously. In one day. One day. All right, so yeah. The update was completed. This looks really cool. Nostalgic. See what we got. See what we got. All right. Page is updated now. All right, cool. So I do want more fun facts. I do want more fun facts. Can't get away from that. Add, I guess 8 fun facts to each page. Yeah, let's add 8 fun facts to each page, right? Cause that's 2. I feel like 8 will fit nice. Cause I'm not sure how the flex is, how these are gonna move around. Like the CSS we're using, it's using flex. Like, so originally with CSS, you pretty much would put in your measurements exactly, like this many pixels length, this many pixels width, and it would just put it there and it wouldn't move around, right? But now we have flex, so when you move around the page, it shifts the size of these different portions of the page, right? That's a newer thing. So with flex CSS components, I'm not 100% sure how this will look if we add too many fun facts. That's why I'm only saying 8. I would usually say, I could say add as much fun facts as you could find, but what if it gives me like 50 and then it's like, it just looks weird. No one wants weird looking pages. I don't want them. I don't know. All right, I can see you'd like to expand the fun facts section with 8 facts per movie page. Currently, each movie only has 2 fun facts. Let me add 6 more authentic fun facts to each Tarantino movie by updating the storage initialization. Now I'll expand the fun facts for each movie to have 8 facts total. Let me search for authentic Tarantino movie trivia to add. Cool. So I don't think it's using the API for the facts. I think it's just pulling information from the web, which is cool. It works also. It's not like these fun facts are going to be updating over time or anything like that. And we will be doing different type of apps. Like, this is just a fun app to start things off, but we'll be doing everything, man. Crypto apps, NBA apps with real-time scoring, betting odds and things like that. Stock trading apps that can give you real-time suggestions, whether you should, oh wow, my bad, man, I haven't even been showing the screen. Wow, crazy, sorry about that. But yeah, pretty much what I was saying before was that we don't want this page to look crazy with like a million different facts on one side of the screen, right? So with the flex CSS design, that makes it so when you move the size of the page, it changes what the page looks like, right? So before Flex CSS, we had static CSS that would not move when you change the page. Like if I change the size of the page, it would just make it only show a portion of the page. That's why we only added 8 facts instead of 20 or 30 or whatever. because we don't want the page to look weird with like one side way longer than the other. But yeah. Yep. But yeah, I would honestly suggest anyone using Replit to just you don't have to. And the way the world is going, it might not even help you in the near future. But I would always suggest just going through the basics of software development. Like I mentioned it earlier, but I have my CS in computer science, and I have just like a good amount of experience in software development. But you honestly, like for real, you could probably just take like a month and just go through like a basic guide of developing software, like just a couple tutorials or whatever, something basic, and you could get like a lot of information. And all you gotta do is just know what to ask for, you know, like understand the fundamentals so you can build on them. Honestly, it might not even take you that long. Nowadays, it probably take like a week or a little bit less than a week, and just learn all the learn Boolean, and learn what a href is, learn what the different design principles are, just basics, very fundamental basics, just things that'll help out. But you don't need to though. You can have no coding experience. That's like what my goal with this is, really not to code at all. No lines of code at all. 100% just using Vibe. And it's called vibe coding because it's basically just how you feel. Like express how you feel to the AI and let it create what you were thinking about. So another thing, I just kind of got might be the OCD in me. I can't let it not have these like images on the side, like the same. I can't have it not have, like, you see how these have symbols right here? Error, missing symbols next to the facts. Give each fact the same symbol as the first fact. And just to specify that, I'm gonna actually do that, because I like that film. It doesn't make, none of these make, like, I guess it does make sense. It does make sense. Huh. Nah. I want to see what it gives. I want to see what it gives me. Oh, I already put that in there. All right, it's all good. It's okay. It's no big deal. I kind of like how these all coincided. But this doesn't make any sense, right? Like, why is it music? Over 450 gallons of fake blood were used with no CGI blood effects. Like, that's not really a music thing. I don't know, man. The way Diddy is, that might be a music thing, man. You replace the blood with baby oil. I don't know. But I don't think Diddy produced on this one, though. So, yeah. Let me see. I can see the issue. All right. So that looks cool to me. I like that. It's sleek. It's direct. You don't want too much thought to go into it as a user. You don't want someone to go to my page and be like, oh, what do these symbols mean? Let me, it's kind of a distraction at a certain point. The inspired by 4 movies. Yeah, it could be more, but I like it. Also, I want to add a carousel on this portion that shows all the other movies, but I want all the other movies to be here before that. So what I'm going to do is check out the other movies. All right, Pulp Fiction. Briefcase contents were never revealed. The film was shot in sequence but presented out of chronological order. John Travolta's career was revitalized by this role after years of decline. All right. Royale with Cheese came from Tarantino's own experience in Amsterdam. Yeah, I did hear that he wrote Pulp Fiction in Amsterdam. I thought that was really cool. Creative. Submission. Yeah, so gotta fix that for this one as well. All right, cool. So this is the last one that was completed or that was imported over, the last movie page. So what we want to do is, all right, error. Fix the inspired by page to show the correct movies and posters. All right, see how that goes. Yeah, man, who is showing you guys Pulp Fiction apps being built in real time, man? Nobody's doing this. Nobody is showing you Quentin Tarantino movies being built into an app using Replit in real time at 6:53 p.m. on July 2nd. No one's doing that. I guarantee nobody's doing that. I guarantee it. For sure. I can see one of the Pulp Fiction inspired movies has 500 error. 500 is basically incorrect path. Like it's not going where you need it to go. Basically with these error codes, just know 200 success. I believe 100 is informational. 300 is a redirect. That's you don't really gotta worry about that. But 500 is error. 500 is just not working. So 200 good, 500 bad. Yep. Let me see the correct TMDB ID for Kiss Me Deadly. All right, cool. Perfect. Now I have the correct TMDB ID for Kiss Me Deadly and The Killing. Let me also search for other authentic Pulp Fiction inspirations and update the data. Cool, cool, cool. All right. It's going well. It's going well, man. First day. 29 more to go. It's going to be nice to hit that experience bar or to complete the app and see the experience bar go up after this. That'll be cool. Yeah. All right. That's working. Perfect. All right. Now update the Pulp Fiction inspiration movies with the correct authentic TMDB IDs. Cool. Cool. Let me see. Server's reloading. All right. See, it's all different things. Like when I highlight movies, I want the different movies to show, a drop down. All right, this looks cool. Looks nice. All right. Okay. So that's working. From what I've seen, I don't think this movie is correct. All right. So looks like this one is wrong. Error. This poster is not correct. All right. Cool. Cool. Let's see what we got, man. It might be correct, though. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this movie. I don't think it's correct, though. I can see the issue that poster, which was Sedgman. All right, cool. Yep. So wasn't correct. It's searching for the correct poster, and it'll update that. Next thing we want to do. I don't know, man. Drop down for the movies. That might be ugly. Nah, we don't need a drop down for the movies. I like this style better. Nah, actually, it would be nice if it just went to the left, had a separate drop down. Because no one wants to go to a movie page and then have to click the movie. That's just too much. It's just too much. All right, cool. All right, we got that corrected. All right, so now it's getting into more of a universal side of things. And it's kind of complicated because there's a lot of actors, man. So maybe we skip the drop downs. We don't need that. But we do need these actor pages to work. And the front pages, man, these images are so ugly. I kind of want to change these images first. Yeah. Let's fix the home page first. I really would rather have the home page. Yeah, because if you want to go to a specific movie, when you get to the home page, you can just select it, right? All right. Error. Update the home page images to images from the movies. Yep. All right, so after this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna I guess, yeah, after this we will update the image, make it so that each one of these, when you press enter after you go to the image, you should be able to go to that specific movie instead of always going to Django. Yeah, so after those two are done, the last step will be really just adding more design to it, because I don't like this gray that's super ugly. But also just importing the rest of the movies. Yeah, see, this looks really, man, this looks so cool. All right. So, homepage, Pulp Fiction, Django. Kill Bill doesn't have the image there. So, let me note that. Error. Kill Bill is missing the image. All right. I can see the Kill Bill slide is missing its background image. It's showing a black background instead of the movie backdrop. The Kill Bill TMDB black backdrop, not black drop. The Kill Bill TMDB backdrop path might be incorrect. Let me check and fix this by finding the correct backdrop image. All right, cool. See, I had volume 1 and 2 here is the same. I like that. So this is the exact code that's being changed right here. I can see from the logs that the Kill Bill TMDB backdrop path is etc. Let me get the full backdrop path and use a different Kill Bill backdrop image. This is dope, man. This is so cool. Look at that, man. It's so clean, like so clean. All right. So this right when you get to the app, man, it's first thing you seeing. First thing. Clean. Couple hours, man. Couple hours. This portion of the page is ugly. Yeah, keep it simple for that one. It's not really an error. It's not good to say error unless there's an actual problem, because it may start trying to fix something that's not broken, you know? If it's a design thing, just let it know what the design choice would be. That's all you got to worry about. I can see the navigation styling needs improvement. Let me enhance it with more cinematic design that matches the Tarantino aesthetic, adding visual elements like gradient, better borders, and film-inspired styling. Boom. This is ugly. It might not be done yet. It might be adding something in there. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Looks cool so far though. I like the black. The black looks nicer, but we don't need that red really. I think that red can just be black also. Definitely want the font updated. I don't like that red really. I don't know though. The red looks nice ish. It look pretty nice, I guess. I don't know. All right, now it's optimizing for mobile, so it might be going with this. This is not it. Let me take a screenshot, show you the enhanced navigation design. Okay. All right, what we got? What we got? This is so ugly. Why would it? What is this? This is not it. All right. So this looks decent. Let me see what that red looks like. The red ain't too bad. Maybe change the red to yellow. Oh yeah, this is nice actually. Ain't no reason to have to drop down for the movies. Pops right up. All right. So yeah, and these will be the actor pages, which we will work on next. Yeah, that icon though is crazy ugly. Change this icon to something cool. Vibe coding, man. We need a good vibe, man. I don't know what that is. Like, honestly, what is that? Seriously. I can see you want to replace the simple circular icon with something more film inspired. Let me change it to a classic film reel icon. Okay. All right. Actually, that's decent. That is decent. Nah. Make the icon more Tarantino inspired. Tarantino specific. That icon, yes. Nah, that ain't it. That is not it. It's just so generic, bro. It looks like it makes me feel nothing. I need to make the icon more Tarantino specific. Let me create a custom icon that represents his signature style. Perhaps a revolver or gun icon, which is iconic in his films. That's better. QT. Cutie? What is this, bro? This is trash. It's trash. It's ugly, bro. It's ugly. With all due respect, this is horrible looking icon. Like, I don't even know what. No. 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 What do we want? All right. I got it. Make the icon look like this. I don't know what it's going to give me, but we'll find out at this point. It's just changing that one icon. It's not a big deal. I can see you want the icon like a gun or pistol similar to the icon. Yeah. That would be nice. What is this? What is this? Like, I don't even know what is it? What are they giving us, man? What it like? Come on, man. What gun? I don't know what world y'all from. I don't know what this is. This is not a gun. It ain't no gun I've ever seen before, bro. Look like some. I don't know. Nah. All right, so let me see. This portion, background color, right? Change that. Text image. Import. Import an iconic image from his movies to put there. All right, not 100%. Oh wait, yeah, I did click that part. All right, that's cool. So I clicked the div. This is cool too. So it since I clicked this portion, if you use the select tool, you click a portion on the code or on the page, I should say, and then you type in your request. It'll only focus on that portion that you clicked, which is really useful. Really, really useful when you're trying to edit certain specific components. Like I might do the same thing for this red, but I don't know. I like the red. The red grew on me, and red is a color that he uses in a lot of his movies, and it's the strongest color on the spectrum. Since I need to use authentic images, let me create a simple but iconic. Oh my gosh, bro. I guess. Nah. Um, man, that's just I don't like it. But I could go all day on that, man. I'm not about to focus on that. That's not important. That is not important. It don't look bad. It's just not what I would use ideally. But yeah. So finally, all right. Now we're gonna import the rest of the movies. Only 3 movies were imported. Import the rest of Tarantino's movies. And I want to see if it imports where it imports the movies. I just kind of like to experiment sometimes and see how little I can give it to guide it in the right direction. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You never know. Find out along the way. That's a good thing about Replit. Really, like once you understand how it works and how things flow, you can do things that you wouldn't think will work, and they'll work out fine. Like, but some things just I don't know why. Like when it gets to small things like icons, it always has a real problem with it. I don't know. But honestly, for this, I'll probably and my normal day to day, I would just import an image to put right here myself, to be real. I wouldn't even have it generate anything. I would just import something myself. All right, got Reservoir Dogs. Okay. So this should be like the biggest loading time that GPT is giving us, pretty much. After this, we'll do the actor page. Get these updated. There's only 2 actors here, but we'll get the rest of the actors in here. And yeah, that should be pretty much it. Honestly, that's pretty much it. We got a fully functional Tarantino app. That'll complete the day. And I gotta remind again, like 30 days, 30 apps. This is just day one. So we got 29 more apps. Every single day I'll be making a new app on live. So we will get a lot of opportunities. Whole lot of opportunities every single day. So, yep. Now I need to restart the server, load new movies. Okay. So I see only 3 are here still, but I'll go to the movies portion. Got Death Proof, Django, Inglourious Bastards, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill, Once Upon a Time, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, The Hateful Eight. All right, cool. So all of these are here now. That's iconic. All right. These pages are iconic. All right, Death Proof. It's a good movie. Underrated. All right, Kill Bill Volume 2. This image is hard to see. It's a cool image though. Cool image. It looks good. All right, so first thing I want to do personally, I need all of these to show up in the front page. I need all of these to show up in the front page. So I'll copy this. The front page is missing the movies you added. All right, so hopefully we can get the rest of those movies put in. You're right, the homepage carousel still only shows the original 3 movies. I need to update the hero carousel to include more of the newly added Tarantino films. All right, cool. I need to update the carousel, be more, okay, for sure. Mind you, all of this was done with 0 coding. I didn't have to code 1 line, like at all. I didn't have to edit, like I could have went in any of these pages and done some manual editing. I didn't have to do any of that at all. This is 100% just working with the AI agent and explaining what I would like. What is this? This is Batman? All right, so that needs to be updated. Some of the, let me add error in here because this is the actual problem. Some of the pages are missing images, and some of the pages have incorrect images. All right. Say you see Inglourious Bastards is off. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is off. There is some pages missing. Like Jackie Brown isn't on here. Pulp Fiction. Oh yeah, Pulp Fiction is there. Kill Bill, Inglourious Bastards, Django, Reservoir Dogs. We're missing Jackie Brown and what else? Death Proof. Missing Death Proof, Jackie Brown, and I think we're missing one more. I think we're missing 3. Should be 9. Yep. Okay. All right. Front page is missing some of the movies. Check this page for the movies. All right, so we have 4, 8, should be 10 or 9 really. It only shows 6 out of 9. Yep. You're right. The carousel only shows 6 out of 10 Tarantino movies. Let me add the remaining films to complete the carousel. Jackie Brown, Kill Bill, Death Proof, Hateful Eight. So it is adding Kill Bill Part 2. Okay. So last thing we will need to do is get the actor pages updated and make it so that each of these actor pages or each of these buttons here connect to the actual acting pages. And then we're good. We done. We at the final stretch now. All right. 3, 4, 5. Look at these screens. These are so clean. These are really nice. So it says volume 1 and 2. But what I can do, I believe I should be able to manually change this. I can't manually change the words. Oh, caught that. All right, cool. All right. Screenshots with a carousel is kind of annoying a little bit. It's all good though. This should say, what does this one say? Should say, that one says volume 1. This says volume, all right, okay. Should say volume 1. All right. After this, moving on to the actors, and then we're gonna wrap this up. And we should be good. All right, absolutely right. Kill Bill shows volume 1 and 2, but since it's linked to movie ID 4, it should just say volume 1. All right. Everything working out. I'm trying to say, like, this is really game changing. I just made like pretty much a full fleshed out app, like in real time on live stream. Saw the entire process. Like, I'm gonna finish this actor page, but I mean, it's pretty much done. All right, so that is correct now. All right. So, last but not least, let's get this actor page updated and we're good. Oh, no. Before that, one more thing. Gotta update the movie. Gotta have the right images. Get that whole thing. Okay. Error. The movie page is using stock images. Yep. And finally, next or last thing will be the actors. This movie page update should be pretty easy. It's really easy to update these pages when you do them step by step, like we've been doing. Oh, missing the fun facts and the inspired by. That sucks. Gotta update that. You're right, the movie page is showing the same stock film reel images for all movies. Okay. All right, so now this is going to be updated. All right. Still in process. And while it's doing that, oh no, let me actually wait for that. Don't want to do too much at once. But like even all of these being here is a big deal. Such a cool design. Such a cool design, man. This looks really nice. Couple hours, man. Couple hours, man. It's crazy. Look at this. I'm just saying. A lot of people build apps on Replit. A lot of people give examples. I don't see anyone going into this much detail. So that's all I'm saying. I don't see anyone doing anything real. It's always just some generic, like, shell of an app. Like, I'm really making an app. Like, this is gonna be done. Like, when I get off of this stream, this app will be done. Boom. Every Tarantino movie right here. It's for the real Tarantino fans. All right. So now what I want to do is make it so that each one of these carousel images, when I press enter and it's on that carousel, it should go to that actual movie. Right now it goes to the same movie no matter what. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is what it's at now. I don't like that. So just like we've been doing the whole time, I'm gonna take a quick screenshot, paste that in here. When I click enter, when I press the enter button, it goes to the same movie. It should go to the movie that is showing on the carousel. I don't know how to, is that might be how to spell that. I don't know, but it's all good. All right, boom. So now we will get that last thing touched up and finally update the actor page, get this done. But we have the movie page fleshed out. Got to update the background on this too. It's like I can't not update the background. It's really cool. Look, so it's organized by date and alphabetical. Really nice. Really nice. Really cool. All right, so it's loading. All right. So that page worked. Still processing. Let me leave it alone. Let me leave it alone. All right. It's that easy. It's that easy, man. Oh, it's like loading the page or something. Oh, now the arrows aren't working. Oh, they are working. Is it loading? Now the arrow button's not working. That sucks. All right. That's so weird. See, this is the point where it can get kind of tricky. Far as like calling out errors, you want to make sure you avoid loops with the error solutions, because once you get caught in a loop, it'll just keep trying the same thing over and over and over again, and that can really use up a lot of your gas, a lot of your energy, everything. It's just bad. So just be mindful. That's why I'm highlighting this button specifically, and I want to say error. The arrow keys, the arrow buttons are not changing the carousel anymore. All right, so it looks like that might have been solved. It was just a little overlap. Now the arrow buttons work, and it goes to the right movie. Nice, nice. All right, so that's all good. Okay. Look like it's still loading something. Not sure what it's doing. But all right, cool. Sometimes it'll just like you got to be really mindful with AI because sometimes it'll just keep going and going and going, and it'll just glitch out, and it'll be processing things and using up your budget without you even noticing. Okay, now instead of going for, I noticed like I think the movies have the incorrect inspiration. Like each one of these, see, this is missing the fun facts and the inspired by. So what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna just highlight this. Okay, error. Update the fun facts and inspired by portion of the page for all of the movies. All right, now we're gonna do this. So make sure it gets updated for every movie now. All right. I can see the fun facts section is empty and needs to be populated with authenticated content for all movies. Let me add comprehensive fun facts for each Tarantino film, etc., etc. See, it's calling out, like it's checking, now it's checking all of the movies instead of the singular pages. I see that there are only fun facts for Kill Bill Volume 1, Pulp Fiction, and Django, but the screenshot shows Kill Bill Volume 1 doesn't have fun facts. All right. See what this ends up coming up with. But yeah, I mean, the page looks really nice so far though. Just need these to be functional buttons. Need the inspired by, fun facts, and we should be good. See, this looks perfect. But these are not the correct movies though. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly didn't inspire Jackie Brown for sure. See, we got Reservoir Dogs. This still looks good. Nah, see, but these are Kill Bill. Yeah, these fun facts are Kill Bill fun facts. Small changes. When all the movies were imported, it seems like it messed up some of the pages, fun facts and inspired by movies and everything. Perfectly fine. Maybe update it now, but if not, it's all good. I'll just ask it to verify. Okay. That looks good. Okay. So I already noticed the movie posters are not correct. Some of them are, some of them are not. I can tell these fun facts are correct though. Christopher Waltz speaks 4 languages. This is referencing Inglourious Basterds, so that looks good. Car chase sequence, yeah, see, like those align as they should. Um, it looks like at this point we just need the actual movie posters updated. Verify that the movie posters are correct for the inspiration portion of the app, of the page. All right. For all of the movies. All right. So now I should update that portion of the page for all of the movies, or at least it should be able to verify it. It should be able to look at the page, catch a screenshot maybe, and just compare to what it should be. See, it can even catch this one is not working. It's a placeholder. But also want to change the background on this movie page. This is just, it can't just be boring like that. That's boring. Actor page as well. See what we got left. Let me check and fix a few more potential issues with the TMDB IDs. Okay. See, it's updating all these. It's checking the specifics, and it's comparing the posters with the actual titles. All right. Should be cool. I don't think this is right. Yeah, these two look wrong. These two look correct though. All right. Update the posters for the inspired by movies. Let me do this. Catch the full. Yeah, see, these are just wrong. Okay. For the inspired by movies, on all movies, on all of the movies. And put this specific just so can actually check them all, hopefully. Posters are not matching titles. Be a little bit more specific portion. All right, another update. See what happens. All right, so it sees the issue. I'm trying to get it to update for all of the movies. It seems like it might be going page by page, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a real challenge though. 30 days, 30 apps, man. I'm doing this every day for 30 days. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen, man. Definitely gonna run into roadblocks along the way, a lot of speed bumps, but I'm optimistic. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. For real. So that got updated, but this did not. All right, so it's checking more. All right, cool. All right. All right. So background. I think honestly, the background can be. Oh, I can't change it yet. All right. I think the background can just be white on the movie page. Okay. Did you update them though? I don't know. It don't look like it got updated. Oh, all right. All right. That actually looks good. Let's check death proof. This is not. These are not updated. Okay. All right. Well, as far as updating the movie posters, that's easy. Let's touch on this actor page. Don't want to get caught up in the weeds too much. All right. So, update. This is going to be a big update. This is going to be a big change. Update the actor page. The actors page to show all of the actors listed on each of the movies. The actors listed on each movie should be clickable to get to their actor page. Boom. I'm not sure what it's gonna do. It might be able to complete everything. It might only put the actors here. It might not understand that the movie pages need clickable links. I can easily see it messing that up, possibly, but we will see. Yeah, see it noticed that it only had 2 of the actors. All right, I can see the actor pages are using static sample data, so it's gonna update that data into real data using the API. These APIs, man, you can do a lot with APIs. Seriously, it's pretty crazy how much you can do with an API. Like, you can build a lot with APIs. You'll be surprised how much apps you use are just pulling off APIs from different apps. Like a lot of YouTube stuff, for sure. Let's check out what we got so far, though, man. Like, we got a lot done already. Each of these pages fleshed out. Leonardo DiCaprio cut his hand during the Leonardo DiCaprio cut his hand during the dinner scene, but continued acting with real blood. Like all these different fun facts. Kerry Washington insisted on filming the whipping scene herself without a stunt double. That's crazy. It's tough. But yeah, I mean, it's just a pretty fleshed out app, man. So far, you can clearly see how this can scale up. The inspired by, I'm definitely gonna have to update these. But what I'm gonna do is, after everything else is done, just gonna catch a screenshot of each of these pages inspired by, and drop them all in at once so they can get updated. It looks like it only updates the apps that it only updates the pages that I screenshot for some reason. but it's all good. Updating the actor page to fetch real data. Okay. Now I need to continue updating the actor pages, rendering logic to use the new data. Now I need to add an API endpoint to fetch actors with their movie cast information. The current actor API only returns basic actor data, but I needed to include the movie relationships. Let me check the existing API routes. Okay. I need to modify the actor API to include cast information. Now I need to update the actor page to properly use the enriched actor data. Okay. Are these clickable? Nah, they are not. But the actor page has been updated. All right, cool. Let's see what we got. Still loading. Uma Thurman. Sam Jackson. John Travolta. Mr. White, man, he's classic. Harvey Keitel. All right, still updating. All right, so looks like, so for her, she has some information here, but that's static. That's not real. That's not live information. That's just information that it was manually put in. So what I'm gonna do is post this. The actor pages are not receiving real, receiving the data from the API. All right, hopefully that gets updated and we can get some more progress on this one. Once it gets this updated though, like we're pretty much done really. And the gallery too. Like I really want the gallery added in. That's really cool. Magic. Cool. All right, cool. So it has the birthday and location. It's cool. Hopefully you can get the quotes and fun facts in there. All right. Check the access pattern and the template. Issue might be with how the data is being typed. Okay. Also need to fix the profile image access. Let me update that as well. Okay. Let me check the exact format around the profile image to fix it. All right. I like the design so far. If we can get that gallery looking right and these quotes and fun facts in there, it'd be really cool. So this got updated, I believe. Huh. Actors are missing. All right, the actors are missing quotes and fun facts and gallery. All right. Get that updated. Yeah. Let me check and make sure that these other actors are at least getting that birthday in here. I noticed some of these guys are missing pictures, but that's an easy fix. That is an easy fix. See a list of names and the movies. That's cool. All right. It's nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Need to expand the quotes data and also implement a gallery section. Let me first update the quotes data to include more actors and their authentic quotes. Then add a gallery section with movie stills from TMDb. Okay, cool. Looks like it's processing. I want this background change too. Like, I don't know, maybe each actor can have like a shot from the movie as their background or something. All right, cool. That's quotes in here. All right, got quotes. I shot Marvin in the face. Royale with cheese. What do they call a Big Mac? You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris? This role revitalized his career after a decade-long slump. He gained 30 pounds for. All right. I don't remember Vincent being that big, but all right, cool. I don't think this is him. Don't look like Vincent right there. All right. What we got? What we got? All right. Got the quotes here. Fun facts. That's cool. Let me make sure the other actors' pages are being updated. Okay. That's cool. He helped finance the film. All right, that's cool. See, they got real facts. They got real facts in here. All right, so update the gallery to show 10 images, pictures from the movie. Make sure the pictures have the actor in them. Their roles in the movie. All right, I think this should work. Yeah, I think this should work. Should be enough information for it to process that. But it's definitely going. Got the fun facts in here, got quotes, you know. That's a big. All right, we rolling. All right, gotta take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right, back in it. Grab a drink real quick. All right, cool. Let's see what we got. So these are not updated images. These are stock images. We can fix that also. It's no big deal. Gallery component is defined properly, but I need to check that it's being exported. Okay. Cool. All right. Bounced over to this guy for some reason. All right. Looks like it's showing stock images. I like the design though. I like the style. The page is showing stock images. All right, so far we have the carousel front page is working perfect. Show this. All right, so front page is working perfect. Each one of these is able to be accessed. So we got to update this. We got fun facts here about the movie. We got the cast here. We got inspired by at the bottom, right? Let's see. So this trailer works. This trailer works. This trailer works. Working. So it's just Kill Bill Volume 2's trailer not working. All right. Good to know. All right, so all of the trailers are working except for Kill Bill Volume 2. Some of these posters are not correct. Still notice that. So that should be an easy fix though. All right, looks like that update is being processed. So I need to add the TMDB images API endpoint to the server routes. Okay, so it looks like it found the problem. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. So I guess it wasn't able to pull. I guess it wasn't able to pull exact pictures of the actor, unfortunately. And obviously could manually add everything, but the whole point is automation. So we don't want to manually add that in there. Now it's the point where it's like, do you want to get too deep in the weeds or, I mean, it's working, but it's not showing the best pictures of these people, Let me try one more time. See what we got. We are making a new app every day for 30 days, so I don't want to get too deep into the specifics. Once you get to a point where things can function, you don't want to. You could spend hours and hours and hours going through the ins and outs, and we're making 30 apps in 30 days, so might not want to get too specific on any individual trivial portion. It's just kind of like a design choice type of thing at this point. But let me try one more time. Error. The pictures are not showing the correct person, showing the actor in every image. Let me see if it can update. It might be able to fix it. I really want the specific, like, correct actor to show. All right, so it's picking up what I'm putting down. All right, now let me update the gallery component to fetch actual actor photos from TMDB person images API. Okay. So it looks like it found a problem, and we should get a good update on that. All right. Let me try with John Travolta again. Now none of the images are showing. Hopefully that update helps get things on the right track. All right. Let me look at the get actor movies method to see why actor data isn't being included. Okay. Pass the actors. Okay. So it's saying it's going to pass the ID directly over to the gallery component. That's good. That's basically saying it's understanding the issue and it's building towards a solution. Boom. Yeah, so we got shots of the actor. All right, cool. That's cool. All right. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. I would uh I would usually go I just gotta remind myself, man, 30 days, 30 apps, man. Like I don't want to get too in the details on anything. I just want to make sure we get a functional project. Dang. Harvey Keitel aged, man. He did not used to look like that. That's crazy. Man. Cigarettes. Cigarettes, man. No, I'm just joking. Let me get this updated for him. Some of the actors have incorrect images showing. Okay, boom. Error. All right. Should be able to get this updated. Yeah, it looks like it noticed the error. Okay. The TMDB ID 524 seems correct. Okay. Okay. Looks like it's working so far. Let me check if there's a mismatch in the ID in our storage. Might be that some actors have incorrect TMDB IDs. All right, nice. So it's checking him, but it's also checking everybody else. Yeah, see, I found the issue. Harvey Keitel's correct TMDB ID is 1037, but our storage has 524. So it's updating that. All right. And it's checking the ID for everybody, I'm assuming. Nice. All right, so that's cool. That is cool. What about Steve Buscemi? I don't tip. Why am I Mr. Pink? Yeah, so all right, we got good quotes. We got good quotes, man. It's nice. All right, so Bruce Willis. All right. Yeah, no. All right. Verify the same for every actor on the slash actors page. Because it definitely didn't check all of them. I don't want to point out any specific page because I wanted to check out all the pages instead of just like one or two. Like Pam Grier. Come on, man. What? And then we're going to change this background to black, right? Oh, I can't change it to black with this. Okay. Thought I could change it to black with that, but it's not working. Okay. Try one more time. Background color, black. Nothing. All right, that's not working. Well, definitely want this background black here. And I think having this background black will fix a lot of the problems I have with this page design. I like the red. And as long as the individual pages have these cool designs in the background, it should be cool. Yep. So I would say to have a fully functional app, really just want to make sure all of these posters align correctly. All of the actor pages are correct. And I mean, the quotes and everything are good already. Pictures are showing up correctly. Okay. All right, so they corrected Bruce Willis. Pam Grier got corrected. That's nice. Okay. Huh. Some of the characters are missing the fun facts and everything. Verify that each page also has quotes and fun facts. Okay. All right. So once we make sure the quotes and fun facts are there for everybody, we should be pretty good. So you can see all these guys are here. A lot of actors on this page. Yeah, some of these pictures are just wrong. It was easy to get the fundamentals out the way, but getting the details down, sometimes it can be kind of like pulling teeth a little bit. Like it just doesn't, the app be acting up, man. So you gotta try and smooth it out so you can have a streamlined process. Especially using things like APIs and stuff. Like the goal is to have a blanket, resolution to the problem. But it doesn't always work that way, to be honest. Sometimes the AI just isn't like listening the way you would like it to. So it's saying that the quotes are being initialized, but they're not showing up. So that's interesting. So that's good though. That means it does have quotes generated, but the database isn't working the way it should. And that implies at least that once that works correctly, it should populate for all of these guys. Yup. Okay. Might need one more reset of the server before those show up. I see that actor specific fun facts are empty. The fun facts in storage are mostly movie specific. Need to add actor specific fun facts. Okay, so it's actually adding facts. Okay, that's cool. That is really cool. See what it does. I'm trying to see what else we gotta edit to get this completely done. Right now, it's just a couple of the movie posters are not updated. Quotes ain't showing for everybody, and fun facts ain't showing for everybody. Also, some of the actors are missing this profile picture. So those three things really. And I mean, the background, I want to change the color to black for sure. But it's a couple small things left. We should be good. Excellent. Both quotes and fun fact APIs are now working correctly and returning data. Now let me check if the actor detail page is properly displaying the data by visiting it directly. Okay. We good? I don't even want to try it. I want the AI to verify. All right. Added comprehensive quotes. Okay. Don't see any. I don't see any quotes. Yeah. Actors. Steve Buscemi. Nope. No quotes showing up. All right. Quotes still are not showing. All right, let's see what happens. Did it add it for anybody? I don't think it added it for anybody. Huh. Okay, so this is actually where the quotes are being added though. So for instance, like if you wanted, you could even manually add these in yourself for real. Yeah, you can see it's not using the API for these. It's just pulling them manually. That's probably why it's honestly taking so long. In a perfect world, I would reformat this to make sure it use the API, but that would just be too much, to be honest. Just for like a 24-hour period, got to do 29 more of these over the next month, so don't want to go too far. Well, let me make sure Steve Buscemi's is showing, and then I'm going to make sure that it does that for every other actor. The quotes are empty. Fill the quotes in with the API if possible, and verify for every other actor also. All right. So I'm not sure why it's not showing the quotes. I have a feeling that the quotes exist, but they're not showing. Yeah, I have a feeling that there is quotes that they're just not showing up the right way. Because we did click that portion before and we saw the actual quotes. Yep. Boom. Boom. That easy. All right. So we got a quotes. But what about for Jamie Foxx? All right. All right, cool. Test the changes with Steve Buscemi's page. Okay. All right, so we got general trivia. All right. So, huh. I'm trying to see. It has fun facts listed here, and it has fun facts listed here. So it looks like there's just an error with that fun facts portion. I'm not sure if this should be here or if this should be in here because it says general quotes and trivia. Let me check another actor. Pam Grier. Jackie Brown, general quotes. So fun facts are listed at the bottom, but then you got fun facts up here. All right. Let me make sure I get the right image. All right. So fun facts are mentioned. Remove the phrase fun facts from the bottom. Already exists above. All right, let me see if that works. We got fun facts listed up here, and then we got fun facts just listed right here. I think it just duplicated, like, I think it just duplicated it. Should only be mentioned once. Trivia. All right, she has trivia. All right. The word should not be showing here. All right. The word trivia should not be showing here. I'm just trying to be exact with it. All right. So that's gone. Cool. Now we don't have to worry about that. Nice. All right, cool. All right. We are still in motion. Okay. And that was updated for everybody. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So now let's get these profile pictures added for all of these actors. Right? A lot of missing profile pictures. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom out here, make sure I can catch the whole thing. All the pages, all the actor pictures that are missing. And boom. I'm gonna post that in here. Error. Actors are missing profile pictures. Boom. All right, so hopefully this can get that updated and you can get those pictures updated fast. And after that, I want this background black. And I think we're good. Here's just a basic example app, you know. It's just trying to show what we can really knock out. And this is all in one day, you know, like, so you could clearly see how much this can be easily fleshed out over time. Like, You could go crazy with this one. You could really put a lot into this. Still processing or what? All right, didn't get the images correct. Error. The images are not showing correctly. All right, boom. So the images updated, but they're not updated correctly. But it does know where the images need to be, and it looks like it has names in here. So these will get updated, and they'll look just like the rest of them. Coming through the final stretch, it's looking good. You could do a lot in 24 hours with Replit, for real. Like, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Nice. All right, so still loading. Coming down to that final stretch. Modify the active pages. Okay. Of course. Of course you should do that. All right. So yeah, it is a good practice. I didn't do it on this one, but it is a good practice to tell Replit to use the API for these things, because Replit will sometimes go for manual instead of just automating the process with the API. But if you just say for each character or for each actor, pull the profile page image or whatever, it's a lot better than just going and manually adding in a picture by yourself and pointing out what, like, you can just save time. And when you need to update a lot of pages at the same time, it's way better to automate that process. Save a lot of time. Still not getting no updates on these profile pictures. Huh. It's perfectly fine. We'll be able to get that updated. I'm sure it'll be able to process, and it's using the API now, or will be using the API when it's done. So that'll be really good. It's just loading. Check the current state. Okay. It's processing. Can see the gallery is currently using TMDB API. Okay. All right. Let me check the current status. Okay. What we got? What do we have? All right. Same exact thing. All right, cool. Perfect. Let me check here though. Did this get updated? Nope. All right. So I'm just point that out and let it know. I'm sure it probably made some progress, but not enough. All right. Error. The page is still showing incorrect images for the actors. So I'll probably just set up the API incorrectly, where it's reaching out because it did say it was statically set and it switched over to the API. So usually, a lot of times, not all the time, but a good enough amount of times, when Replit switches over from stock to the API images, it'll have a little bit of glitches. But as you can see, it's nothing too crazy. Boom. Boom. All right. We got to get the images updated though, like inside of here. Whoa. Oh, it's still updating, I guess. Let's see. All right, so Christopher is missing. Let me see. What's happening? All right, that's weird. Pretty sure this is not Diane. Isn't that Frodo? It's Frodo. All right, that's not who I need it to be. And it keeps like weirdly like not loading the image. I've never seen this before. That's weird. All right, we'll see. We will see. Oh yeah, also I want to make sure. Yeah, so it's not updating the profile internally. All right, and I'm gonna actually let it know specifically that every time I go to the page, it shows different images loaded. I wanted to know that the images all load, but not at the same time and not consistently. Every time I go to the actor page, it loads different pictures of the actors. It is inconsistent. All right, just point out the error. Let Replit do the rest. That's how it goes. Yep. All right. Sees the issue. The images are changing every time you refresh because the API returns multiple profile pictures for each actor and the system is randomly selecting. The current implementation fetches fresh data on each page load, causing inconsistencies. Yeah. Let me fix this by implementing a stable image selection system that will constantly show the same primary photo. So basically, it kept trying to refresh and pull new images every time, and it doesn't have to do that. These characters or these actors will never need new profile pictures realistically, so that's just not something you got to deal with. And it fixed the issue, and boom, looks perfect now. Nice. All right, so from there, can do a couple more things, right? All right, so point out some of the actor pages are missing profile pictures. Verify every actor page has a profile picture showing. All right, so Pam Grier is missing that. Lucy Liu is also missing a profile picture. These are not the correct trivia either. All right. Add the actor profile image component right before the gallery image component. Okay. All right. Okay. Great. I can see the actor profile image component is defined at line 63 and used at line 241. Okay. Seems like it might have pointed out the issue and might be fixing that now. I see the issue. Okay. All right. So that's working for her. Whoa. All right. Oh, I just checked her. Let me check somebody else. Brad Pitt. Okay. That is not Diane Kruger. All right. All right. I will be right back. All right, my bad. I had to step away. Back at it. Okay. So let's see if. All right. So it looks like she has been updated as well. So. All right. Verify that every actor has quotes. And I never found the and sign. And fun facts showing. All right. Let me see what we got. Nice. Picture showing. Okay. Still loading, still loading. Let me see. Yeah, I had the missing quotes after the Leonardo DiCaprio quotes. Okay. So it is noticing some missing information. I want to almost tell it to like verify for like it's hard to like call out because I say every actor and it seems like the AI isn't taking that literal. It seems like it's only going for a couple of actors and then just kind of checking out what I say. But let's see if we can verify that each of these guys has some information in here. All right, cool. So each of these actors do have information shown. Nice. All right, cool. Okay. So yeah, they have quotes. All right, cool. So this goes to a movie. This should go to actors. So we're going to fix that now. Error. This button should go to the actors page. All right. All right. So that should be an easy fix. Okay. Looks like that is processed. Okay. Boom. All right, nice. So one thing I just need to do, it's like I need to do this. This is not looking right. The color is horrible. Error. Change the gray background to black. Simple fix. Simple fix. It's already 8:40. Wow. All right, time flies, man. Time really flies. All right, well, this app is pretty much done. Just changing the background color now. And gonna need to update those posters to be correct. But yeah, after that, we should be good. All right. So it's about to have that portion done. All right, yeah, see, this looks a million times better. Let's check it out. Look at that. Sleek. Clean. It's like little things do so much with these apps. Like, it's crazy. It's almost like a song. You'll think it has like 12 different layers, but it'll just like have one string in the background and it'll just change the whole feeling. All right, so last thing need to do before we wrap this one up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out these inspired by, and we're gonna make sure that all of these posters are correct. This is Death Proof. This is right. Django is correct. Inglorious Bastards, not correct. All right, Jackie Brown. That's correct. Yeah, this is right. This ain't right. Not good. Okay. So where am I at now? I'm at Once Upon a Time. Let me just go ahead and finish. These are right. All right. Good, 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 good. All right. All right. So hopefully you can update all of these posters at once and it's done. The app will be done. Made a full app in 1 day. 1 day. All the classic actors, you know. Got the movies all listed out. Each movie has some fun facts in here. Got the cast over here. Movies that inspired it. You know, it's a pretty straightforward app, but like, that's the whole thing. It's like, there's a couple fun facts here, but you could easily have like 50 fun facts. You could add a trivia quiz to this app. You could add all type of stuff, honestly. You could add a game where you get points for guessing the correct Tarantino logic. You could add a portion where you can find places to watch the movies. There's a ton you can add to these, honestly. Is it saying that I Am Legend inspired Reservoir Dogs? Budget reached. Ay, ay, ay. So it looks like this maxed out. Okay. Well, this is only the first app. I don't want to go too deep into it, and I'm sure the message has been sent as far as this one. So I'm just gonna go over the app now. So this is the Tarantino app that we've now finished. You can see here it has all these different movies here. Look at this design, it's super clean. Then you click a movie and it shows you a trailer right here, shows you runtime, date, title right here, fun facts, and the cast, and movies that inspired it. You can do that for each of the movies. Boom. Some of these posters need to be updated, but it's just a small thing. This trailer also isn't right, so that would need to be updated as well. It's a couple things that need to be updated, but it's really just an example. 30 days, 30 apps. It's day one, first project. So this is done pretty fast. Also has all the actors here, you know. Have trivia added in for the actors. Cool things like that. Yeah, man, I mean, it's really cool. It's a lot to be doing in one setting, you know. Took how long? Like 3 hours to do this? Like, anybody can do this. I didn't write one line of code. Not one line of code was written for this. So yeah. So that wraps up the first day. Really hope this video was really useful to people, and I really hope that people can run with this and learn how to build their own code. And also, I have 29 more days of this 30 days 30 app challenge. Each day it'll get a little bit more interesting. You know, I'll learn a little bit more, and we'll be just constantly making new things. So what we're gonna do before this is over, if you were at the start of the stream, you've seen we have the 30 days 30 app project, I guess you would call it. We have an app to track the apps, and what we're gonna do here is gonna check it off, man. We on day 2 now. So this will be the next app that we build, a movie app, right? So tomorrow we'll start on this one. But for today, complete that, right? Got that completed, and we got that 100 XP. So yeah. Just want to say now, like, really excited to keep going with this process, and looking forward to working with you guys and learning and growing. And yeah, Thank you guys for showing up today, and have a good one.